Imagine Breaking Bad without Skyler White. No wife in the background, no voice questioning Walter's excuses, no resistance, no moral friction, just silence. And inside that silence, Walter White. At first, most people imagine this version of the story as easier, cleaner, simpler. No arguments, no tension, no obstacles. But Breaking Bad was never a story about obstacles outside Walter White. It was always about the war inside him. And Skyler White was not the cause of that war. She was the battlefield. From the very beginning, Walter White is already broken. Before the meth, before the cancer, before Heisenberg. He's a man who feels cheated by life, underpaid, undervalued, unseen. Skyler doesn't create this feeling. She lives inside it. She represents the life Walter believes he deserved, but never achieved. And without her, that failure doesn't disappear. It echoes. So when the cancer diagnosis arrives in this alternate reality, it doesn't awaken desperation. It awakens permission. Permission to stop pretending. Permission to stop explaining himself. Permission to stop caring. Because there's no one left to disappoint. Walter doesn't ask, "How do I provide for my family?" He asks, "How much power can I take before I die?" And that question is far more dangerous. This version of Walter doesn't slowly slide into crime. He jumps. No hesitation, no internal debate, no illusion of morality. He becomes Heisenberg early, not as a mask, but as an identity. And when Heisenberg appears this soon, he is raw, unpolished, unstable, hungry. Now, let's talk about Jesse Pinkman. In the original timeline, Jesse survives because Walter needs him emotionally. Walter lies to himself, telling himself Jesse is family, a student, a son. But without Skyler, Walter doesn't crave emotional connection. He craves dominance. Jesse becomes a weakness, a liability, someone who feels guilt, someone who hesitates, someone who feels pain. And pain has no place in Walter's new world. So Jesse either dies early or is abandoned without hesitation. And if Jesse dies early, something terrifying happens. Walter becomes clean. No emotional mess, no impulsive mistakes, no moral reminders, just chemistry, calculation, and ego. He doesn't shout, he doesn't panic, he doesn't spiral. He plans. And planned monsters last longer than emotional ones, at least at first. Without Skyler, Walter's home is empty, and that emptiness does something subtle but deadly. There is no routine pulling him back to normality. No dinner table, no small talk, no reminders of a civilian life. So crime becomes his entire existence. Every day is about cooking, selling, expanding. And when crime becomes your identity, you stop hiding it. Walter becomes bolder. He takes bigger risks sooner. He wants recognition sooner. He wants respect immediately. Which leads us to Hank Schrader. In the original story, Skyler creates chaos around Walter's life. Her nervous behavior distracts Hank. It muddies the water. Without her, Walter's life becomes structured. Too structured. Patterns emerge, and patterns are what detectives live for. Walter thinks isolation makes him invisible, but isolation makes him predictable. Hank notices changes faster. Disappearing hours, financial inconsistencies, unexplained confidence. And here's the cruel irony. Skyler's paranoia hides Walter. Walter's confidence exposes him. Then comes Saul Goodman. Saul senses danger in this version of Walter. Not desperation, not fear, but ambition. And Saul knows ambitious criminals don't need lawyers. They need graves. So Saul keeps his distance, which removes another safety net. Then comes Gus Fring. Gus Fring understands control, and he understands one thing better than anyone. A man with nothing to lose cannot be controlled. In the original timeline, Skyler is leverage, a reason for Walter to obey, a pressure point. Without her, Gus sees Walter clearly, a brilliant chemist, a volatile ego, a ticking bomb. Walter challenges Gus earlier, questions authority earlier, disrespects structure earlier. And Gus does not negotiate with chaos. He removes it, quietly, efficiently. No dramatic speeches, no last words. Just a man who flew too close to power too fast. But let's imagine something even darker. Let's imagine Walter survives Gus. Let's imagine his intellect carries him further. There is still one enemy waiting: time. Because without Skyler, Walter has no story to tell himself. No, I did this for them. No justification. No mask. He knows the truth early. He likes it. The fear, the control, the way people look at him. And when a man accepts that truth too early, he stops pretending to be careful. Care is for people who are afraid of losing something. Walter has already lost everything. So he pushes further. He demands more. He exposes himself more. He wants to be known. And that desire destroys him. Because empires are not built by men who want to be seen. They're built by men who hide. Skyler forces Walter to hide. She slows him down, forces lies, forces systems, forces structure. Without her, Walter is speed, and speed kills. So here's the uncomfortable truth. Skyler White was not Walter White's enemy. She was his restraint. She was the weight slowing the fall. Without Skyler White, Walter White does not become a legend. He becomes a headline, a case file, a body. A brilliant man who mistook freedom for power and power for immortality. Because the most dangerous version of Walter White was never the one arguing at the dinner table. It was the one with no one left to argue with.